Welcome to Daily English Dose Podcast. Hey, hi everyone, my dear learners. Welcome back. I'm Aisha.
And I'm Daniel. And it feels really good to be here with all of you again.
You sound calm today.
I am calm, not excited, not stressed, just balanced.
That's a nice word. Balanced.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to be more stable these days.
That already sounds like today's topic.
Exactly. So before we dive in, how are you feeling today?
I feel light.
Light?
Yeah, like nothing heavy is sitting in my mind.
That's a good feeling.
What about you?
Honestly, I feel focused, not distracted.
Interesting.
Why?
Because what we're describing right now, these small feelings, they're actually connected to something bigger.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yes.
All right, let's tell them.
Okay, so today's topic is something very fascinating, something very real, and something backed by research.
We're talking about the science behind happiness.
Yes, not just emotions, but what actually happens inside your brain and body when you feel happy.
And, dear learners, this is going to be interesting because
Because happiness is not just a feeling, it's also chemistry.
exactly.
That sounds a little scientific, right?
Yeah, don't worry, we're not going to make it complicated.
We'll explain everything in a very simple way.
Yes, like a conversation.
So let's start with a question.
Hmm?
Have you ever wondered why you feel happy sometimes and suddenly sad at other times?
Yeah, like nothing changes outside, but inside, everything changes.
Exactly.
So what causes that?
Science says it's because of chemicals in your brain.
Ah, here we go.
Don't worry, simple explanation.
Please do.
So, our brain releases certain chemicals, and these chemicals control how we feel.
So happiness is not just emotional, it's biological.
Yes, that's the word, biological.
Explain that word.
Biological means related to the body, especially how the body functions.
Got it.
So, when you feel happy, it's not just in your mind, your body is actually reacting.
Wow.
Now, there are four main chemicals that scientists often talk about:
Okay, I'm curious.
dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins.
Whoa, big words.
I know, but we'll make them easy.
Let's go one by one.
Okay, first, dopamine.
What is that?
Dopamine is known as the reward chemical.
Reward.
Yes, when you achieve something, even something small, your brain releases dopamine.
Like finishing a task.
Exactly.
Or getting a message from someone you like?
Yes, that too. So that little excitement, that yes feeling.
That's dopamine. Wow.
So one scientific sign of happiness is you feel motivated and rewarded.
That makes sense.
If you don't feel motivated, maybe your dopamine level is low.
That's interesting.
Let's explain motivated.
Yes.
Motivated means you feel like doing something. You have the energy to act.
So happiness gives you energy.
Yes, through dopamine.
Okay, I like this already.
Now, second chemical, serotonin.
I've heard this word before.
Yes, serotonin is related to mood and stability.
Stability.
It means your mood is steady, not going up and down too much.
Ah, so not too emotional.
Yes, balanced.
So when someone feels calm and content,
That's serotonin working.
content. That's a nice word.
Yes, content means satisfied, not wanting more all the time.
That's rare these days.
Very rare.
So if someone feels peaceful and stable,
That's a scientific sign of happiness.
wow. Okay, what's next?
Oxytocin.
That sounds complicated.
It's actually very beautiful.
Tell me.
Oxytocin is the love hormone.
Oh,
It's released when you hug someone, trust someone, connect with someone.
So relationships affect happiness chemically.
Yes, that's science.
That's amazing.
If you feel close to people, safe, loved,
That's oxytocin.
exactly.
So loneliness means less oxytocin.
Yes, that's why social connection is so important.
Hmm.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Have you ever felt instantly better after talking to a friend?
Yes, many times.
That's not just emotional, that's chemical.
That's mind-blowing.
It is. Okay, last one. Endorphins.
All right, what do they do?
They reduce pain and create pleasure.
Wait, pain?
Yes, when you exercise, laugh, or even cry sometimes, your body releases endorphins.
So that feel good after a workout.
That's endorphins.
And laughing too?
Yes, that's why laughter is so powerful.
Wow.
So, scientifically, happiness is a combination of all these chemicals.
Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins.
Exactly.
So when someone says, I want to be happy,
They're actually saying, I want these chemicals balanced in my body.
that's such a different way to look at it.
Yes, and it changes everything.
So can we control these chemicals?
That's the most interesting part.
Tell me.
Yes, we can influence them through our actions.
Really?
Yes.
Like how?
For example, setting and achieving small goals increases dopamine.
Okay.
Spending time in sunlight helps serotonin.
Hmm.
Connecting with people, building trust, increases oxytocin.
And exercise for endorphins.
Exactly.
So happiness is not just luck.
It's partly science and behavior.
That's powerful.
Very powerful.
Let me ask something deeper.
Hmm?
Why do some people have everything, but still feel unhappy,
Because their chemicals are not balanced.
even if their life looks perfect?
Yes,
So happiness is internal, not external.
exactly.
That explains a lot.
Yes.
Yes, this is actually making me think about my own life.
Same here.
I used to think happiness was about success,
Many people think that.
but now it feels like it's about balance inside.
Yes, inside your brain, inside your body.
That's fascinating.
And we've only just started.
Yeah, there's so much more to explore.
Like how habits affect these chemicals and how stress destroys them.
And how people unknowingly make themselves unhappy.
Oh, that's a big one. Very big.
Let's go deeper into that because I think this part will really open people's eyes.
Yes, especially when we talk about daily habits, because what you do every day is quietly controlling your happiness.
Yeah, that line stayed in my mind.
It's true, though. Most people think happiness is about big events.
Like getting a job, getting married, achieving something huge.
Yes, but scientifically, your daily habits are shaping your brain chemicals.
So basically, your routine is designing your happiness.
Exactly.
Wow, okay, let's break that down for our learners.
Sure.
Let's say someone wakes up and immediately checks their phone.
Scrolling social media first thing in the morning.
Yeah, what happens scientifically?
That's a dopamine spike.
Spike?
Spike means a sudden increase.
Got it. So when you scroll, your brain gets quick dopamine again and again.
Because of new posts, new messages, new information.
Exactly. But here's the problem.
Hmm?
It's instant dopamine, not earned dopamine.
Ah, I've heard this before.
So your brain gets used to easy rewards.
And then normal things feel boring.
Yes!
That explains why people don't feel motivated to do real work.
Exactly, because real work gives slow dopamine.
Oh, so happiness is affected by the type of dopamine too.
Yes, that's a very important point.
Let's explain that clearly.
Okay, instant dopamine comes from things like scrolling, junk food, short videos.
And delayed dopamine comes from effort, like studying, exercising, achieving goals.
So which one creates real happiness?
Delayed dopamine.
Because it's more stable.
Yes, and more satisfying.
So if someone feels unhappy all the time,
They should check their habits.
that's a strong statement.
But true.
Okay, what about sleep?
Oh, very important.
Scientifically?
Sleep affects everything: your mood, your energy, your serotonin levels.
So if you don't sleep properly,
Your brain cannot regulate emotions properly.
regulate. Explain that.
It means to control or manage.
So your brain loses control.
Yes, you become more emotional, more irritated, less happy.
That's so real.
Many people think they are depressed, but sometimes they're just sleep deprived.
Wow.
Of course, not always, but often.
That's an important distinction.
Yes, distinction means difference.
Got it. Okay, another habit. Exercise.
Ah, yes, the famous one.
People always say exercise makes you happy, but now we know why.
Endorphins.
Exactly.
When you move your body, your brain releases endorphins, which reduce stress and pain.
So even if you don't feel like exercising,
You should do it because it changes your chemistry.
that's powerful.
Very powerful.
Let me ask something personal again.
Hmm?
Have you ever noticed your mood change after a workout?
Oh, yes, many times.
Like from stressed to calm?
Exactly.
That's science in action.
Yes.
What about food?
Also important.
Does food affect happiness scientifically?
Yes, your gut and brain are connected.
Wait, really?
Yes, it's called the gut-brain connection.
Explain that.
Your gut, your digestive system, produces chemicals that affect your mood.
Including serotonin?
Yes, a large amount of serotonin is actually produced in the gut.
That's surprising.
So, what you eat affects how you feel.
So unhealthy food can affect mood.
Yes, it can make you feel low, tired, or irritated.
And healthy food?
Supports stable mood and energy.
Wow.
So, happiness is not just psychological, it's physical too.
This is opening my mind.
Same here.
Let's talk about stress.
Yes, very important.
Because modern life is full of stress.
Exactly.
What happens scientifically when we're stressed?
Your body releases a hormone called cortisol.
Ah, stress hormone.
Yes.
So is cortisol bad?
Not always. It's useful in small amounts.
Like in danger situations.
Yes, it helps you react quickly.
But too much?
It reduces happiness, affects sleep, lowers serotonin.
So chronic stress destroys happiness.
Yes, chronic means long-term.
Got it. So managing stress is important for happiness.
Very important.
So how can we manage it?
Simple things: breathing, taking breaks, talking to someone, spending time in nature.
Nature?
Yes, being in nature has been scientifically proven to improve mood.
That's interesting.
Even a short walk outside can help.
You know, this conversation is making me realize something.
What?
Happiness is not one big thing. It's many small things working together.
Exactly.
Like a system.
Yes, a system of habits, thoughts, and biology.
That's beautiful. Let's talk about thoughts now.
Mindset.
Yes. Does thinking affect these chemicals?
Absolutely.
How?
If you constantly think negative thoughts, your brain stays in stress mode.
So more cortisol
Yes,
and less happiness chemicals.
exactly.
So positive thinking helps.
Yes, but not fake positivity.
Ah, important. Fake positivity means pretending everything is fine when it's not.
So, what should we do instead?
Balanced thinking.
Explain that.
You accept reality, but you also look for solutions and hope.
That sounds healthy.
It is. Let's bring everything together.
Okay.
So, scientifically, happiness depends on chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins.
And these chemicals are affected by your habits, your sleep,
Your food,
your relationships,
your thoughts.
and your stress levels.
Exactly. So, happiness is not random.
No, it's influenced by your daily life.
That's empowering.
Yes, because it means you can change it.
You're not helpless.
Exactly.
Dear learners, I hope you're reflecting right now.
Yes, think about your own life
What habits are helping your happiness?
and what habits are silently reducing it.
Because now you know the science behind it. All right, I think it's time to wrap up today's session.
Yes, but this was such a beautiful discussion.
It really was.
And honestly, we've only touched the surface.
There's so much more to explore.
So, dear learners, don't stop here.
Observe your life, experiment with your habits.
And try to understand your own happiness.
Because learning English is important, but understanding yourself is even more important.
We're really happy to have you with us on this journey.
Yes, your English journey and your personal growth journey.
Keep learning, keep improving, step by step.
And don't worry about being perfect.
Just be consistent.
All right, we'll see you in the next session.
Yes, come back because we have more interesting conversations waiting for you.
Until then,
Take care of your mind
take care of your body.
and stay happy scientifically.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.